So I wanted to build to the moon, which was a stupid idea, I had to admit. But then I realized I could build a tower, though I was building the tower very slowly.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be here for hours!
But then I learned I could click to build the tower faster. I had reached floor 3. Wow, I was doing so well. Little did I know how long it was going to take me to reach the moon. I figured this was going to take a while, so I decided to look around. And I realized that I could buy pets in the game.
Seriously, what would these pets do to help me? I've got no idea.
So I built my tower for a while. I wanted to get at least one pet to see what they could do.
Man, if that pet is a waste of my time, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I was already getting bored of clicking this tower, but I wasn't going to give up. I wanted to reach the moon. Finally, I had enough points to purchase a pet, so I decided to roll the dice. Inside the egg, I found a rare lava beast, and the rare lava beast increased my blocks per second.
Aw, look how cute he is! I love him!
Now I was getting 2.5 blocks per tap. I was starting to figure out how this game was going to work, but this was going to take all day, so I downloaded a trusty auto clicker. Oh, and that sped things up so nicely. After more than 1,000 blocks, I decided to grab some more pets. The first one was a cute little balloon buddy, and the second one was a spider. I equipped my pets and got back to work clicking at 4.85 blocks a tap. Then I decided to change my time to 1 millisecond per click instead of 10.
This might be a bad idea. It'll be fine.
I turned on the auto clicker and we were climbing like crazy. But there had to be a way to go faster. This was taking forever. So I decided to spend some Robux and get double blocks as well as double build speed. And on top of that, I picked up 2 times blocks for 99 Robux. I was now over 3,000 blocks, so I decided to grab a new pet, because more pets equaled more speed. I rolled the dice and unboxed a rare unicorn bat. Now with the new rare unicorn bat, I was doing 5.6 blocks per tap, not to mention my modifiers. And before I knew it, I was already at over 3,000 blocks.
Okay, this is starting to get insane. I'm not gonna lie. What is this?
But I had a long way to go to catch up to everyone else, and even further to go to find the moon. Now that I was over 10,000 blocks, I decided to jump back down and grab 2 more of the newer pets. I liked my old pets, but it was time to upgrade. I unhatched a fantastic unicorn bat as well as a legendary octopus lord. He was the rarest one. So I equipped my new pets and decided to build again. We were now using a base of 7.3 blocks per tap. As I climbed, the sky began to get darker. My tower was growing almost bigger than hers, and we were getting closer and closer to the moon. But with 31,000 blocks worth of points, I decided to drop that down and get even better pets. Apparently that dark one was worth 25,000 blocks. So I decided to roll the void egg and I picked up a legendary void spider. I also realized I could upgrade my tower, so I decided to make it a snow tower.
You must purchase bricks first.
I selected the brick tower, followed by the wood tower, the stone tower, the sand tower, iron tower, and now I set off on my journey climbing up the iron tower.
Okay, this tower looks kind of cool, not gonna lie.
I picked up another 25,000 blocks and decided to jump off my tower for 1 more void egg. And from inside, we unboxed a dragon. We were now doing blocks at a base of 10.4 blocks per tap, not to mention the multipliers. I was well on my way. We had finally passed floor 100 and I was up to 33,000 blocks. This was enough for one last dark matter pet to power me up even further. And using the egg, we unboxed another dragon. I upgraded my tower to the snow tower. I was literally standing on a tower of ice. But it didn't take me long to be able to purchase another tower. So I unlocked the deep slate tower. Really wanted to see what the gem tower looked like. Though after a while of chasing my objective, I was starting to get a little bit discouraged. It felt like my upgrades were kind of pathetic. Considering someone was on the leaderboard with 2.5 million blocks, there had to be a way to speed this up. So I jumped off and took a look around. That's when I saw it. The New Year's pet. It was beautiful. It cost a lot of Robux, but it looked to be worth it. It added 100 blocks per tap. We were now doing 108 blocks per tap. It was time to do some damage. We were going up by more than 3,000 or 4,000 blocks a second. And with the 100,000 blocks, I remembered I can get a new pet. So I jumped all the way down, realized my legs were broken, and then went and rolled for a brand new pet. I wanted the mythical one. Tried my luck and unlocked a common frozen winged fish. Though it was better than my mythical dragon. Though it seemed that upgrading with these new pets didn't increase my clicks by much, only an additional block per tap. Ultimately, the New Year's pet there was doing all the work. Luckily, we were over 150,000 blocks and I remembered to upgrade my tower. So I jumped off and went to get a better tower. I purchased the red sandstone tower, the green wool tower, the coral tower, the magma tower, the emerald tower, and I needed more than 200,000 blocks to unlock the last 3 towers.
Yo, this emerald tower looks so cool.
After a short period of time, I realized I was getting to the point where I could purchase every single tower. So I jumped all the way down, purchased the diamond tower, the obsidian tower, and the gem tower. And we had finally unlocked the final tower in the game. Was this the tower that was going to take me all the way to the moon? But then I remembered about rebirthing. So I rebirthed, and I rebirthed, and I rebirthed. I rebirthed a total of 5 times. But it didn't increase my blocks per tap by that much. It claimed 10%, but I wasn't impressed. So I decided that it was time to build to the moon. It didn't take long, and I was already at floor level 90, and the moon was starting to rise. I was more than 10% of the way there to the leaderboard. I wasn't going to let anything stop me. Every time I gained a level, the moon rose higher in the sky. I had reached 500,000 blocks, 20% of the way to the top of the leaderboard, and the moon felt like it was getting closer and closer. I was really high in the sky now.
I can't believe it. We're going to make it.
Though it was amazing how small my purple tower was in comparison to everyone else's. We were up to floor 225 and the moon was creeping above us. Were we almost there? Have we almost reached the moon? We had reached more than 1,000,000 blocks. I took a moment to look around. We had come so far, and the moon was still so far away. We were getting closer and closer to the leader, and I wasn't ready to give up. At nearly floor 500, I had come across another person. They were in a tower nearly as big as mine. I now had visibly the biggest tower in the game, but I was only more than halfway to the leaderboard. At nearly 1.8 million blocks, we were getting closer and closer to the moon. I left behind my new friend and continued on my adventure. We had passed 2 million blocks and I found these symbols over top of my head. I had no clue what they were, so I just kept on climbing. Now, even the second largest tower was pathetic compared to me. Finally, the moment was almost here. We were at floor 758. We had just crossed into the realm of 2.5 million blocks, and we were about to bypass Nat on the leaderboard. And my new friend Zay decided to drop by and say hello while I passed him. And sure enough, the leaderboard was mine. We now owned the largest tower in the game. But I still felt no closer to the moon. So I did the only reasonable thing anyone would do in my situation. I let the game run for quite a long time. After what felt like an eternity, we had reached floor 2,222 with a grand total of 6.5 million blocks, and it felt like we were no closer to the moon. Though we were definitely really far away from the planet. Since I was seemingly no closer to my goal, I decided to do the most logical thing. I jumped. And the jump took a really long time. At the end of it all, I decided that it was impossible to reach the moon in this game. But that didn't mean I wasn't going to try again in the future.